Welcome back, my beautiful humans, to another episode of If I Die Tomorrow. I'm your host, Nicole, and I'm so glad you joined me. Sorry about my voice. I got that crud that everybody else got, and been fighting my way back, but so if you can just put up with that for a little bit, I appreciate it. I am gonna do something that I told myself I probably would never do. I'm going off script. You guys, if you watch my videos, you see I have my laptop and I have an episode all laid out, and certain things that I want to make sure that I say are there, and so sometimes you'll catch me kind of reading a little bit of it, and I'm not today. I'm going to ask you today, what is your excuse for not being a good human? I mean, what excuse do you give yourself when you're less than nice to someone, or short-tempered, rude? I mean, we all do it. I would be a liar if I said I hadn't. But what is your excuse for it? I mean, what excuse do you tell yourself to make it seem okay? We all know it's not okay, but in our mind, we still reason that at some reason and point, it's okay. Because I don't feel good. I had a bad day at work. Somebody yelled at me. Somebody cut me off in traffic. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. I didn't like their tone. They did me wrong before, so I'm going to do them wrong now. So I've just listed some excuses, but what's your excuse? And then once you figure out, because, I'm sure the excuse changes every day or every time something happens. And then after we're no longer tired or hangry or confused or calmed down, then we beat ourselves up and we feel bad. And then we have to go around and we have to make apologies. Well, most people do anyway. And so first, is the excuse you use good enough if somebody gave you that excuse for their treatment of you? I mean, I know we've talked about it. We give grace and understanding, but yet we have to have boundaries, and we live like we're gonna die tomorrow because we don't know if we have tomorrow. Hell, we don't even know if we've got 10 minutes from now, to be honest, frankly. So, if the excuse we give ourselves to not be decent wouldn't fly for somebody else, then what do we do? How do we put that into our brain and hold on to it? And then, like I said, then once we calm down and things be okay, and then we're tired, or we're not tired, we're thinking of everything that happened, and now we feel bad and we beat ourselves up and we need to apologize. How much easier and less time would it take if we just stopped ourselves to begin with? I mean, because now we've got this whole vicious circle. I'm hangry. I'm going to be mean. Then I'm going to beat myself up. Then I'm going to apologize. Or I could have just went, I'm hangry. Watch your tone. It's not their fault. Don't say anything stupid. Put a smile on your face. I mean, we have two ways of working that cycle. And I want to say, well, just because, I mean, what technical truth do we have for why it's okay? Is it really that we're that lazy? Is it really, I mean, because in some ways it's like, well, it's just what we do. Are we really that emotionally unevolved that we can't stop ourselves? I don't think so. I really don't. I believe that all of us are good. We can all offer value to this world, to the people that we are in contact with. I believe that we underestimate the value because we say we're just one person. But guess what? You touch how many lives? And are you touching them in the way that you want to because you're hangry, you're sick, and you're going to build a cycle? Or can you break your cycle because you're intelligent and you're emotionally evolved enough that you can go, I had a bad day, it's not their fault, I'm not going to take it out on them, and we're going to put a smile on our face and take the tone out? I think you can do two. The second one. And I think one of the ways that we can do that is when we're talking to ourselves. Well, we talk to ourselves. Take that 2 seconds to stop yourself before you open your mouth to start the cycle. And say, if I die tomorrow, is this what I want to say to them? Because I was hangry, I was sick, I didn't feel good, I had a bad day, somebody cut me off in traffic, some stupid reason that in a day is not going to matter. A week, a month, a year. I don't think it's your 99%. I don't think it's your 1%. You need to figure out your 1%. We've talked about this before. But again, you're a beautiful human being who has so much to offer. And one of the things that you have to offer is not running yourself into a stupid cycle, beating yourself up, and then apologizing. And now you have to apologize not just to somebody else. You have to apologize to yourself. Because when you're talking to yourself, you're calling yourself stupid, you're saying things that are unkind. You deserve better than that because you have value. I may not know you personally, but I can personally say you have value. And I'm glad you're here on this earth. And I'm sorry you had a bad day. I'm sorry you got cut off in traffic. I'm sorry you're hangry. I'm sorry you're hurting. I'm sorry you're sick. Whatever excuse you use, I'm sorry. And I don't want you to have to say sorry to anybody today. Because you didn't take 2 seconds to realize that this is temporary. And this might be the last thing you say to somebody. This might be the last time you hug them. And I know this is not as long as I normally have them. But it was something that was weighing on me because I've told you before, we tell ourselves so many lies. And some of it is just to get through the day. Some of it is just to get through the hour. Some of it is to excuse behavior that is not okay. And I'll get back to my regularly scheduled, pre-planned, got it there. Sometimes might have to look at it and read it. Doesn't mean I don't feel it any less. It means that it's important enough for me to make sure that I say it. Because somebody actually said something to me about how sometimes I read some of what I'm saying. Well, originally this has always been a podcast. I just decided to actually also film it as well. Doesn't mean what I'm saying has any less value. It just means that sometimes I need to be reminded, because I'm at that stage where I can walk into a room for something and forget why I walked in and have to walk out and walk back in. So, not an excuse, just an explanation. And I hope that in some of the comments, if you want to share your excuse for not being a good human, love to read it. But we all pretty much fall on the same scale. It's all, pretty universal, I think. Unless if you come right out and say it's just because you're a mean person, well, then that's a whole nother conversation. Also, just because somebody did something to you that you didn't like or treated you in a way that you weren't comfortable with, doesn't give you the right to do it back. Two wrongs don't make a right. And if you keep going, you're just made a square. So do you really want to be back where you started? I mean, our purpose in this life is to love. I've told you that. I believe that is our ultimate purpose and goal, is to love. But it's to learn and to teach, to share and to grow. And again, I am so thankful to be on this journey with you and to have these conversations. And understanding. And thank you for putting up with the voice and the little bit of congestion I still have. Sorry this was a little shorter, but I thought it was important as a reminder. And next week I'll get back into, because we're working on being curious and curiosity. And until then, be kind, be grateful, stay humble.